I just woke up one day and said, I'm about to stop speaking English. I've been on the earth this long. English. Who needs it? I was going to say, hello, all y'all out there in podcast land, like TV land. Oh. Hello, world.
Why you gotta sound like an old woman?
Hello. What? Oh, it was from RuPaul's Drag Race when Miss Vanjie was playing the cool dad, and he was like, hello. I'm a cool dad. That's what I thought of. Hello.
Love that show.
Hey guys, it's Britt
and Dee.
Welcome to another episode of... I was trying to throw you off.
Can't throw me off.
Get in where you fit in. It's a strange world after all.
Can't catch me slipping.
The podcast where we chop it up. For those of you that don't know what, I tried to switch it up. What chop it up means hanging out, kikiing, chopping it up. I know cupcake was more romantic.
No.
Like, we used to say that like, ooh, they cupcaking.
Yeah, but
they were necking.
But I mean, it can be thrown in there.
Chop it up, not literally chop it up. What are they chopping up? I want to know.
I'm sure people know that.
The podcast where we chop it up about different true crime cases, the supernatural, urban legends, conspiracy theories, and all the things that keep the world strange.
Okay.
I forgot a whole disclaimer. Disclaimers. Okay, I've got a disclaimer from Dr. B again.
Okay.
She said from the Jim Sullivan episode, when I said she hitchhiked, she said that was not her. She said that was the adults that were in charge of her playing. Mom. She said playing the ruse of a responsible adult. I died. So she said it was not her.
Basically, it was our mom.
Yeah. So basically, she didn't do no damn hitchhiking. That's what she said. Also, I learned that my aunt, Dee's sister, my mom's sister, Keisha, I was going to say her government name.
You can go ahead.
LaKeisha.
LaKeisha.
That's how this white lady was like, LaKeisha. That's how she said it. Is it LaKeisha? That she would never have been born. She would never have been birthed, if not for hitchhiking. Apparently, Dad and Mom hitchhiking met love.
So he picked up our mom, or I don't know.
Mom, comment.
Hitchhiking was weird, like, because it would just be random people together on the side of the road, and they would all get picked up together.
Yes, together. That's how they got to places.
So maybe that's it. Maybe he wasn't the one that was driving.
All I know is he got a baby out of. That's all I know.
Yeah. And he was probably sitting down, because if he was standing up and she saw those hips, he probably wouldn't.
He's got hips. Do you remember that Girlfriends episode? And yes. Joan dated that guy that was wearing a myrtle? Yeah. He's got hips.
In today's episode, we will share a story about a family who endures a tragic loss and is desperate to speak to their loved one last time. Strange things start happening after a séance attempting to contact their deceased loved one.
Another séance. Yeah. Second séance.
Mm-hmm.
What could go wrong?
Apparently nothing.
What? There's nothing strange and suspicious here at all.
Did they use a Ouija board? I wonder. I
thought about that, but I couldn't find anywhere where it said that they did that. The most information about that family is found in the show. What's the name of the show?
I forgot.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, but it will definitely, there will be a link to it in the episode details. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the most information I got on the family. I don't know if they use a Ouija board. I'm assuming the dad might not have even let them have a Ouija board. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe they just did like an old fashioned, did she have a Ouija board in Ghost? Did Whoopi Goldberg?
I don't.
Or just like candles. Or on
the show they had candles.
Okay. I was going to say like on Martin when there was like, no more than, what was she saying? Nosferatu. You remember the episode with Old Man Ackerman?
Yes.
In the fall of 1986, the Andrews family, consisting of dad, Brian Andrews, and daughters, Annie, age 15, and Jessica Andrews, age 8, lost their mom, Deborah Andrews. The dad, Brian, was a bus driver and worked long hours, often into the night. The daughters would spend the majority of their time at their home in Pepperell. Is it Pepperell?
I think so.
Pepperell. Pepperell. Pepperan. Who remembers Pepperan?
I love Pepperan.
The daughters would spend the majority of their time at their home in Pepperell, Massachusetts, alone while their dad was at work.
In June 1987, the girls were desperate to have their mom back. One night, while their dad, Brian, was at work, they held a séance in order to make contact with her.
Don't do it.
I wouldn't say don't do it. I would say have a professional, like a medium.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't have a choice.
They're just kids.
So.
They had a choice. There was a choice. They were just being kids, though.
Yeah, I get it. They're young. They miss their mom.
Yeah.
So I get desperate. It. But if you're going to do a séance now, I would say have a professional medium or someone who does that.
Call me. Call me up. Call me now. I trust myself.
Have you ever done a séance before?
Let me think.
No,
let me think. I might have tried. Have I ever tried to talk to somebody?
Have you held one?
No, I've never held. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
No, I've never held a séance. Okay. So, but I think that I could.
We should just try one.
Let's just hold a séance. Just cause. Séance party. It's a séance soiree.
Okay.
She got real fancy, want to change up the...
You do your séance.
As a séance soiree.
Okay.
You gonna be there too. You gonna be there with your cupcakes. Passing out séance cupcakes. Get these Ouija board cupcakes.
Those would be cute.
Halloween. Okay.
After the séance, strange things started happening. Both Annie and Jessica began to hear different noises around the house. They believed that it could be their mother trying to communicate from the afterlife. I would still be scared a little bit.
I would be.
Because I dabble in... No, I don't.
I dabble in the dead black magic.
No. I mean...
The dead arts was what I was going to say.
I am very into the paranormal, but if I were to witness something like that, I would probably freak out. Even though I've seen things before, but...
This is my thing. You want to get a team together to go ghost hunting. We've done EVP and things like that.
Yeah.
But you don't want to hear anything.
No, well, it depends. I can't explain it. Like, I want to catch it on camera. Like, I want to catch proof.
Oh, but you don't want to be there for it. Sorry. You don't want to see it while it happens or hear it while it happens.
No, I do. I'm saying that I would just freak out, though, if I saw it.
Okay. Yeah, that's the honest reaction. I thought you were saying, like, I don't want it at all.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. I was like, why would you go
ghost hunting if you don't want to? Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what my reaction would be in that moment.
Panic.
Yes. As always. That's my go-to.
Panic. Annie and Jessica experienced an abundance of supernatural activity, such as furniture moving and lights flickering on and off. The doorbell would ring and no one was at the door.
That could just be somebody.
I knew your ghetto ass was about to say. They was just knicker knocking.
Basically.
I say knicker knocking, by the way.
Oh.
That's what I say. Because just to clarify, I said knicker knocking.
I mean, that's how you say,
knicker knocking. They were just knocking. Now y'all knocking. The activity would only happen when the girls were home alone. They attempted to tell their dad, Brian, about what they thought was happening, but he didn't believe them. Believe. Okay, kids have imagination.
Yeah.
Big imaginations.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's something that's reoccurring...
Why would they make that up?
And they're both... Well, they just lost their mom. Psychologically speaking, maybe he was thinking same thing, that they were just being hopeful and making stuff up.
Oh, that makes sense. But if they keep telling, how long was this going on?
I want to say that it went on for about 2 months. I know it's somewhere in here. We're going to get to that. But maybe around 2 months. And then Annie's not a child. Annie is 15. So
one night, they thought they heard someone or something banging on the pipes in the basement area. It was there that they found a cryptic message saying, "I'm in your room, come find me," written on the basement wall. The message appeared to have been written in blood. That would freak me out more than seeing a ghost, I think.
I'd be freaked out only for the fact of the biohazard. Oh my God. Who's dirty blood? Who's put their nasty blood all over the wall? The diseases. That's a biohazard.
True. But I mean, it's creepy.
It is creepy.
This time, when they called their dad, he called the cops. They came to investigate and discovered the message. This is ridiculous. Okay. And discovered the message on the wall was written in ketchup.
April Fools. If this is our April Fool's Day episode. April Fools.
There you go.
It was written in ketchup.
That is ridiculous. And then I would be mad because then I have to go buy more ketchup.
Who said it was their ketchup?
I mean, I wouldn't.
A ghost is like, do I want to go to the grocery store to buy ketchup? Or do I want to use their ketchup? I'm going to use their ketchup. Catsup. Because I don't know if I can even leave the house. So, what do you do? If you see that,
Are
you still threatened?
Yes. Because who did this?
I don't know. You like these kids, neighbors, crazy.
Yeah, but it's still creepy to me.
It is still.
Yeah.
Strange and suspicious. In December 1986, they find another cryptic message saying, "I'm back, come and find me." Now, I'm assuming this one was written in ketchup too. I'm going to assume it was written in ketchup.
Yeah.
They found a note in ketchup. Spicy Whataburger ketchup.
Oh, that is the best.
The best ketchup. If you in Texas or anywhere where there's a Whataburger, spicy ketchup. They also find a picture of the oldest Annie with a knife through it.
Oh, this ghost ain't playing.
Ain't playing no games.
At this point, move. If you can afford it.
Didn't I say that in another episode? That's funny. It was just funny. Yes, I agree. Also, I wonder at what point were they like, I don't know if this is mom.
Oh.
I don't know if this is mom.
That's a good question because clearly it's not.
Like, was it the ketchup incident or like, no, we used to do this all the time. Mom would write crazy messages in ketchup. Yeah. And then that's how we knew when dinner was ready. That's what we do in my house. Brian, their dad, comes home to his distressed daughters.
I would be too.
Distressed. He goes to search the house and is confronted not by his deceased wife, but by Daniel LaPlante, a local teenage boy who was wearing his wife's wedding dress.
Oh my God.
War paint on his face and is carrying an axe.
I am. And First of all,
it's the dress. This? Who are you? Yeah, first, who are you? We'll get into it.
Okay. How did he get in?
How did you get in?
Why do you have on the wedding dress?
Why do you have on the wedding dress with war paint on your face?
And where did you get an axe?
Where did you get an axe? This is...
So many questions.
I don't want to say Massachusetts again.
You said it right, though.
But do they chop wood there? Maybe they like chop wood.
I have no idea what they do in Massachusetts.
Somebody, if you're from Massachusetts, not Toochits, let us know if you out there chopping trees. But yeah, where'd you get an axe from? All of it. Everything.
Nothing is
crazy. Nothing is as it seems.
Brian fought off Danny, and once he's outside, he had his neighbor call local law enforcement. The police later come and discover Danny hiding in a small crawl space.
They found this man's in their crawl space, their crawl space. They found him living in their crawl space. They found a sleeping bag, food.
I think I don't want to say desensitized to that, but I've heard so many stories about people hiding in air vents.
Yeah.
There was one where a homeless dude was just under this woman's bed.
How?
So I've heard a lot about that, so it doesn't really shock me.
You remember at the intro, shout out again, backsplash in the kitchen. Remember we thought somebody was living in that space? We thought that it was a homeless person living in like the vents because strange stuff was happening. There was one time I was home by myself. And I heard, it sounded like, not like a crash, but when someone drops something, which I do all the time. And y'all be like, what you drop? What you break? That's what it sounded like. And I was in the room. I was pretty sure I was by myself, completely by myself. You were at work. Angelica was at work. I know for a fact this was when Troy was living with us. Okay. And I assumed he was at work. I walked back into the kitchen. What's that? The storage space under the stove? Yeah, under the oven was pulled out. Every cabinet was open and there was a hot sauce packet on the ground. My mom called me and I was like, I don't know what just happened. Some strange stuff just happened. I'm about to call Troy. And she was like, Troy is with me. We were eating lunch with like TJ. So I knew I was alone.
So I came home from work one day. Y'all were still, I don't know where y'all were, but the exact same. When I opened the door, all of the cabinet doors were open.
Oh my God. I just literally
I didn't say anything about it. I just closed it because I thought y'all were trying to scare me.
No.
So I was like, oh, they're not going to catch me slipping. And I just closed everything. I went in my room and
I did that too, but I knew no one was home. Like once I confirmed that, I was like, oh no.
Cause see, with me, I figured, cause I wasn't at home. So I figured y'all did it before y'all left.
Oh, no. You're home. The intro, again, we not saying allegedly. Yeah, it's allegedly haunted.
Yeah. I mean, it might be.
Oh my God. Or we're haunted. But we haven't had very many issues since we've moved here.
No.
I had a couple of incidents at the other. I was about to say, what if it was Angelica? Because I had a couple of incidents at the other one, the 2-story one. Yeah. But since we moved into this one, too. Yeah, I've been fine. Well, you'll hear.
Maybe it was Angelica.
Lord.
Just kidding.
She was playing with that Ouija board by herself. I swore. I seen her.
That's funny. Daniel LaPlante was born May 16th, 1970 in Townsend, Massachusetts. He lived with his mother and stepfather, Elaine and David Moore, and two brothers, Stephen and Matthew.
Growing up, LaPlante was sexually and psychologically abused by many adults in his life. His father was responsible for most of the abuse. They also said that his stepfather was responsible for sexually abusing him as well. LaPlante also struggled in school. He was diagnosed with dyslexia at an early age, and his classmates described him as creepy and weird.
That's sad.
It is sad. That's why you should... I just practice niceness. Is that a thing? I just practice being kind. Like, I try to be kind to everyone. Yeah.
Me too.
Because you just never know.
You never know.
Because of his abnormal behavior, appearance, and lack of hygiene, he was referred to a psychiatrist. He was diagnosed with hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD.
ADHD is a chronic condition including attention difficulty, hyperactivity, and impulsiveness. It may contribute to low self-esteem, troubled relationships, and difficulty at school or work. It is believed that his psychiatrist sexually abused him. This abuse went on for over a year.
Can you imagine trusting someone?
The person who's supposed to be helping you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
That's sad. And then, so his classmates, they're thinking, oh, he's weird. Well, for one, yes, he's different because he has ADHD. But he can't help it because it is a mental disorder. Also, he's getting sexually abused by all the men in his life.
And that makes you think too, are people like that born that way, or are they just a product of their environment?
Oh,
so
I see what you're saying.
Because he was abused, does that make him?
I get what you're saying. Because it's a whole thing,
like a cycle. Oops.
Yeah, it's a whole thing of. I'm sorry, I have to mention him. Like R. Kelly saying, "Oh yeah, I was sexually abused." So no, it doesn't excuse anyone's behavior because there are a lot of kids who were sexually abused that are not now abusing other people, but that childhood trauma does feed into that for sure.
Because it also brings me back to The Bad Seed, because even though it's just a movie, they're basically saying she was born. No, because didn't they find out that her mom was adopted and her biological mom had
like a disorder? Yeah,
like schizophrenia.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
So the whole point of that was, are you born like that, or I say or are you just a product of your environment?
I have a couple things.
Okay.
I love that movie.
Yes.
If you've never seen it, The Bad Seed, the original,
not the Lifetime.
Yes,
and not the remake.
I love that movie.
Yes.
They gonna put you in that electric chair. They got a blue one for little boys and a pink one. Leroy for little girls.
No, Leroy.
He was white, by the way. He was not. Don't make assumptions by the name and the accent. Also, I was going to say, that's why I like the podcast Serial Killer. They're very...
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yes, they're very informative. So if you're someone that's like, oh, I like the entertainment of it all, it might not be for you. But if you are someone who's like, okay, I want to know more about the facts, they're good about going into the serial killer's history and how it led into them being a serial killer or a serial rapist.
Yeah.
So
good podcast.
As a teen, LaPlante spent most of his times breaking into homes. He would sometimes move items around in the victims' homes to show someone had been there without making it too obvious. He would do things like leave half-empty beverages around.
What kind of sick...
We had a Danny LaPlante.
Oh, yeah. But robbing them is enough. Like, if he did rob them, like breaking into their home is enough. Why would you do that?
Messing with him. Because he's messing with him. Let me steal this ketchup. But before I steal the ketchup, let me write a message in the ketchup.
Yeah. That is ridiculous.
It's just, I was going to say it's childish, but
yeah,
he was dealing with mental issues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yes. Yeah, I would feel safer knowing that sounds weird, but yes, I would feel better knowing someone just robbed me for my cereal versus like things being moved and me thinking that I'm crazy. Yeah. Like, I know I bought eggs at the grocery store and put them in the fridge. Danny enjoyed the thrill of being in a person's home without them knowing.
It's just creepy. Well, because I don't want to bring it back to the kids because that's bullying when they call them creepy and weird.
Oh, but yeah.
It is creepy and weird.
He is creepy, but again, crazy, creepy.
Creepy and weird.
It is strange. I can only say strange now. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. Oh, so here... I'm going to say I can't say the apartment name because then people will know where I live. Oh. But okay. At this current...
about to move though.
Yeah, that's true. At this current apartment, you remember someone broke into our car?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I literally felt naked. Like I felt like they, what do you call it? Violated me. Yeah. Like I remember walking to the car looking, and of course I have some things in the car. It's a car. I don't have my life in the car, but like even like my manual book, like you could tell they touched that, and I was just like, I feel exposed. Like, what were you looking for? I can imagine the feeling of you feeling like someone is like they're in your home, not just your car, because that was just my car, and I was like, I feel dirty now.
Yeah, what were they even doing though?
I don't know. Breaking in the car is still anything, right? They took Chris's wallet, I think, or they took money out of his wallet, which that's his fault. I mean, I'm not victim blaming. No, he knew. He even said, I shouldn't have left my car in the wallet. Because if you leave anything in your car,
left my
wallet in the car. I shouldn't have left my wallet in the car. Because if you leave I've been taught not to leave anything in the car. My aunt left her purse on a seat when she walked into like a gas station, and they took that out. So
you never know who's watching you.
Nope.
Wow.
How come I feel like somebody's watching me? I thought that was Michael Jackson forever.
I did too. In 1986, LaPlante obtained a phone number and address he thought belonged to one of his previous burglary victims. The address actually belonged to a family of 3, Brian Andrews and his 2 daughters, Annie and Jessica Andrews. That's how we got there. Cause I was like,
full
why was
circle.
He in their house? Yes.
Yes, that's why he was in their house in a wedding dress in war paint with an axe. It was sorry, I was about to go. It was Danny LaPlante in a wedding dress with war paint and an axe in the bedroom. Clue.
That is one of my favorite board games.
Age moment.
Clue. Yes.
When was Clue big? Sorry. Shoots and Ladders.
Candyland. Oh,
Candyland is
Candyland.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Annie started talking to Danny LaPlante on the phone daily. She just assumed that she and Danny shared a mutual friend who gave him her phone number.
This Pola ting ting. Maybe my mom raised me too cautious, but I would not. I would ask all of my friends, hey, did you give so-and-so my number?
I would do that too.
Was it you? Did you give so-and-so my number?
Because
they were naive. White women are...
Well, I guess this was in the 80s.
White women are a bit not. I'm only saying that because it goes back to the whole how you were raised. Mm-hmm. I just read this in an article, and it talks about how kids that grow up in working class families or even lower class families, like versus parents in middle upper class families, they're raised different. Like we teach our kids to not be trusting. Like,
yes,
don't let people know you're at home by yourself. Do not talk to strangers because they're strange. Don't answer the door. Like, there are people in this world that will get you, even if it's not based on your skin color. Some just don't trust people. They don't really teach their kids that much. Like, it's very sleepovers. I can count on my fingers how many sleepovers my mom let me go to. She's like, they can spend a night if you want them to spend a night. Yeah,
that's true. Because even my mom she wasn't strict like that, but she would still tell us that. Mainly because she did work overnight. Yeah. So we was pretty much living it up, but
y'all were living it up.
But we still knew better, basically.
Yeah.
Like, we wasn't out there like doing all that stuff.
We out there like that. And again, because it's 2021, political climate, we're not victim shaming, blaming them at all. But we know better.
But then you have to think that was in the 80s, though.
I'm sure my mom them knew better. I'm sure my mom would have said, "Who called you? Did you?"
No, I'm saying.
Did you get in my phone number?
Yeah.
Especially, you talking about your landline. That's important. Only important people. I'm away from the mic again. That is important. Your landline, only a select few of people.
Yeah. I think it was different back then because even now, I don't care who it is. Do not give my number out.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Don't
ask me first.
Yeah, ask me. So.
My mom wanted to know if she asked for your number. She lost it.
Ask me.
Yeah, I agree. Danny described himself as athletic and extremely good looking. So
if you have to describe yourself, I wouldn't.
If you have to how do you look? Oh, I'm athletic and extremely good looking.
I feel like if he would have said handsome.
Even handsome. Yeah, I'm extremely handsome.
For me. Leave extremely out.
What man, though, is like, I'm handsome. I
feel like...
But I don't know, because now we have camera phones. People are like, just send me a picture. Oh. And then, when we used to be in them Yahoo chat rooms, heavy, we used to just say, I'm 5'4", 112 pounds, like that. Blonde hair, like, I don't know why I said that. Like, blonde hair, blue eyes.
That's too much. It's extra. Extremely good looking. Okay.
Extremely good looking. And he said, and he determined that was a lie. So she meets him in person and she felt like she was catfished. Oh. So this is a catfishing in the 80s. Danny was not what she expected at all physically. So again, he's just this awkward kid, socially awkward. Yeah. Danny fixated on the death of the girl's mother and took a strange interest in hearing about the details of her death. Annie was not interested in Danny at all and began to ignore any further advancements.
As she should have.
Danny
began to spy on the family and did so for roughly 2 months.
Yeah, it was 2 months.
Who has the time?
2 months. I just feel like, again, knock on wood, I don't believe, as nosy as I am, that somebody could live for 2 months in my house.
Yeah.
Because any sound, I'm like, what? Because I'm always listening for roaches. Okay, not that we have roaches. We don't have roaches, but I feel like, because I'm afraid of roaches, you're afraid of roaches. One of the things I'm always afraid of is I'll be sitting there and it's silent or watching TV. And you know how you always hear them sometimes before you see them? Yes. And the worst sound in the world is a roach walking on like paper, that sound. So I'm always like, what was that? Was that a roach? What was that? Did somebody get shot? Like,
she was listening for roaches.
No, yes, that's true. Another thing, another fear. These are fears, Brit's fears, is that I will get shot randomly through like my window.
Through the window.
Yes. Yeah. You've seen where I grew up. You used to live with us. Yeah. Like that trifold window, whatever that is, 3-pane window. Yeah. I just knew I was going to get shot. And so every sound I'd be like, duck and cover.
I mean,
4th of July was the worst for me. Seriously.
This is funny because it's like we are from 2 completely different backgrounds because I was used to it.
Oh Oh my God. I talk about that because we were talking about the concept of privilege, even though this lady at my job made a face. And I was like, because I brought it up and I was like, no, privilege is real. White privilege is real. Heterosexual privilege is real. Pretty privilege, gay privilege too. Trans privilege is real. Because for a while, even in that community, gay people were discriminating against transgender and drag queens.
Really?
What's the documentary? Maybe Paris is Burning? You remember Marsha P?
Yes.
Okay. Someone in her circle, I'm sorry guys, I cannot think of the name. She gave like a live talk at, what are those? Like, I don't think it was Block Party, but it was something for gay rights. They booed her on the stage. They were booing her because of what she was talking about. And she was basically saying, hey guys, we were the face of this movement. We started this movement, yet y'all still look down on us. Like, no tea, no shade. Dave Chappelle's the skit about the driving in the car and the LGBT community, he was telling the truth. They felt like they were bringing them back for a while, like holding them back for a while. Yeah.
I did not know that. Learn something new every day.
But I don't even know how we got on that.
I don't either.
What were we talking about that led up to that? Oh, we were talking about privilege because you said privilege. But yes, I was saying that even I was privileged in comparison to like your childhood. Yeah. And that was something.
I didn't want to say it.
No.
Don't get offended.
I didn't choose my childhood. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't choose my parents, but no, I'm not naive to the fact that a lot of Black people, especially close to where I lived, because I lived in Mesquite. So we're talking Balch Springs, like certain areas of Balch Springs, Pleasant Grove, Oak Cliff, did not have the same childhood that I had. So I was like, you can't ignore the fact that privilege exists. You would be naive to say some people don't get advantages based on things like that, like where they grew up, where they went to school, skin color, gender.
Yeah, I get it.
All of that.
He was watching them come and go through the stair vents. People have vents in the, the only thing I took from that was that it was vents in the stairs.
The vents in the stairs. I think they meant, because there's storage under the stairs.
Yes, okay.
I don't know if there's a vent in the storage or just maybe like even if it's a basement and the little thing that you can see. Yeah. Yep.
That's what it was. That's what we're going to go with. He was living in a crawl space and tormenting the girls by pretending to be the spirit of their dead mother with tapping sounds and writing cryptic messages on the walls.
Aha! Him with the ketchup fingers. Yeah. It was him.
So it wasn't his ketchup. It was their ketchup.
Him. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was like, why would he... No, that was you that said, why would he use their ketchup? Because
at the time, they didn't know that he existed. So I was thinking it was a ghost. At that time, it was a spirit. Why would this? And then, he's like, I brought ketchup from home. I came prepared. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Danny LaPlante was taken into custody. He was charged with armed assault in a dwelling, breaking and entering, and armed burglary. Danny LaPlante was sent to a juvenile facility. In October 1987, Danny's mom posted a $10,000 bond.
If I was the mom, I feel like he shouldn't have been sent to a juvenile facility. He should have been sent to a mental health facility.
I agree, because it's clear that he had a problem, that he was dealing with some issues. Also, like you said, as his mom, I would not have bailed him out. Like, I understand that that's your child. Well, no, never mind. I take that back, because that is your child. And if you realize that he does have an issue, she maybe was like, well, let me get you out of there because that's not going to do anything for you. And I'm going to take you into my custody. Maybe she felt like she could handle him.
Yeah. But she could have bailed him out, but then she still could have took him to a mental health facility.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's the only thing that's like, okay, well, you did that. That is your baby. We understand that. But what did you do after that?
Yeah.
Another thing, Mike and Ike about the mic drop. It must be nice to be able to pay a $10,000 bond for someone who was guilty of a crime he committed. He did that.
Yeah.
He deserved to sit in prison or whatever. And someone steals a backpack and has to sit in jail because he cannot afford to pay, what was it, $5,000? It was in the thousands.
Yeah.
That's the definition of privilege.
Exactly.
When I saw that, I was like, what? They let this nigga go? And it's like another Anthony Soul thing. It's like, you didn't take care of this. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. You as his family, local law enforcement, whoever was involved in this man's life, and watch and see what happens. See how those dominoes are about to unfold.
Yeah.
Like, the dominoes don't unfold. The dominoes fall.
Yeah.
See how them dominoes is about to fall. The story unfolds. I know stuff. Danny was set to be tried as an adult, but was at home awaiting trial because she had paid that $10,000 bond. So he was just chilling, eating Pop-Tarts. I don't know. And ketchup.
On December 1st, 1987, LaPlante entered the home of Priscilla Gustafson, a nursery school teacher. LaPlante raped her and shot her multiple times at point-blank range. Gustafson, who was pregnant, was found face down in her bed. Her pillows were covered in blood. LaPlante drowned both of her children in separate bathrooms, 7-year-old Abigail and 5-year-old William.
That's devastating.
That is.
It is really tragic.
And
he shouldn't have been pregnant. At home.
He shouldn't have.
He should not have been at home.
I feel like his mom should have done more.
Yeah, how did he even get out? And did he not have, because technically, okay, if you're at home awaiting trial for something like that, because it should have been deemed a violent crime because he attacked someone with an axe. Do they not give you like an ankle bracelet? Don't you have to stay at home?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I thought, unless he found a way to take it off.
I get
if he did have one, we don't even know if he had one.
Yeah, so if you're listening, if you're out there, I don't know why I said it like that. Fans, people. Strangers.
Lend me your ears.
Please. Let us know if we're wrong, but I was pretty sure they have to keep track of you.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because they're always like, is he a flight risk? Is this person a flight risk? He should have been monitored, like Dee said, either in a mental health facility or, unfortunately, they should have kept him in jail. If his mom, which she couldn't take care of him, monitor him, he should have been somewhere under supervision. Local law enforcement locked down the town while they looked for Danny LaPlante. A few towns over, LaPlante kidnapped a woman in her car, but thankfully she was able to escape. He was found hiding in a dumpster 2 days later. The police took him in and inspected his clothing. They found hair on his sock that was a match for Priscilla's daughter, Abigail. Wow. And then he was out of control. He kidnapped a woman.
And he moved to he did it in a whole nother town.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant to say. You do this to this family, then you slay that entire family, that woman, her baby, and her 2 kids. Then you kidnap a car. I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired. You kidnap a woman. Then you're hiding in a dumpster. It's just like a downward spiral. Like, I wonder if he was also maybe manic depressive or bipolar and was having like an episode. Yeah. Or schizophrenic. Yeah. Sorry. I forgot about schizophrenia. And was having some sort of episode because that unfolded pretty quickly.
Yeah, it did.
A year later, LaPlante was sentenced to 3 life sentences for the murders of the Gustafsons.
On March 22nd, 2017, a resentencing hearing was held for LaPlante, asking for a reduction in his sentence. No.
Yeah, if you're going to go to a mental health facility. Yeah, if you're going to...
Yeah, but other than that...
No.
At the hearing, it was mentioned that during his first appeal, previous court rulings were cited saying that juveniles convicted of murder should be given an opportunity to re-engage with society. I don't know how I feel about that because I don't really agree with that.
I think it depends on how it was committed, because if it's self-defense or like if it's a situation, what would be like a situation? Let's just say maybe they had an abusive parent. They've abused you your entire life, and then you finally say, okay, well, no, this is it. That's the only time I agree.
Yeah, under certain circumstances. But with this one, no, not to me.
Nope. You can't re-engage. There was also a new law allowing juveniles convicted of murder with extreme cruelty and atrocity to ask for parole after they've been behind bars for a minimum of 30 years. What's the recidivism rates? I don't know. The judge ended up giving LaPlante the maximum penalty of 45 years after a forensic psychiatrist evaluated LaPlante and found he was not remorseful for his crimes.
A lot of times to be granted parole, not all you have to do, but they look at whether or not you show remorse.
Yeah.
Or even sometimes, even if you, what is it called? Like an Alford plea? Whereas technically you're confessing, but you're not.
Yeah, that's
basically.
what.
So I feel like that included with the crime is why he didn't. No, we're not going to give you parole.
Yeah. Because that's why some
Stay
people.
in jail.
Yeah, I was going to say that's why some people sit in jail for crimes they didn't commit because they're not gonna show remorse. Yeah, for something that you didn't do.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they say yes.
I was just about to say.
I'm not going to show remorse for something I didn't do. Yeah. Yeah. That's all, folks. That is Danny LaPlante, the Andrews family. Oh, and I believe, again, back to that episode that we can't remember the name, but we will definitely put in the details. Yeah, I believe that the Andrews family ended up moving to a different state altogether. Like they did not stay in the house. Yeah. So
good for them.
Yeah, good for them because that is traumatic. And then to know that he did that to that family after they could, to think that could have been you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty scary. But that's all.
Please follow us on Instagram at It's a Strange World Podcast and on Twitter at Pod Strange World.
Yes. 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 I don't know. We would love to hear from you. Any episodes, any content you want to hear. I meant to say like episodes advice. Sorry. Any episode advice, content that you want to hear, suggestions, feedback, anything. Let us know.
Please.
Please. Baby, please. This has been another episode of It's a Strange World After All. Thank you for keeping it strange with us.
Bye.
Bye. I was about to say possibly on an April Fool's Day. If this is an April Fool's Day.
Oh, yeah, that too. Bye.
What? It's been a long night. It's been a long night. I shouldn't have left you without a dope podcast to listen to. To scare too. I don't know.